Is it possible to get 357 Magnum performance with these? At over double the capacity, the 9mm Plus P and the 357 SIG make a lot of sense over a revolver, but I brought out the good old 357 Magnum to see how they compare, at least performance-wise, on 5 different targets, starting with pressure-treated lumber. Whew, those shots are plenty good enough for me. I am pretty dang good at hitting the rim, huh? Anyway, what happened to the oh, okay, both of them went through. Thought I only saw one of them going through, but they definitely both went through. Let's see what happened. And I forgot to tell you, I have an 1/8" piece of mild steel back here. Let's see if there are any dents on. Ooh, okay, it really didn't dent it at all, but it took off the paint, so I mean, it did something. They landed really close for being that far apart on the block, huh? I mean, I don't even know how they landed like that. Oh man, I wasn't even looking for it, but there's one of our bullets. As you can see, it kind of smashed the nose a little bit. Not quite as much as I thought it would, but you could tell there wasn't much energy coming out of that block. SIG time! Well, 357 SIG anyway. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but this might be the best shooting you've seen out of me, with a handgun at least, on the lumber. But anyway, what happened to the back? Oh, one of them got through. Wow, that is 9mm Plus P is better than 357 SIG so far, huh? So there's a little bit more of a dent than with the 9mm. I mean, maybe ever so slightly, nothing crazy, but anyway, that is still pretty impressive. Not that both didn't make it through, though. It's Magnum time. I wasn't planning on it, but I think I could fit 2 more in here with the 357 Magnum. Don't hold me to it, though. Actually, guys, real quick, I think I found the nose of the 357 Magnum, or 357 SIG bullet right here, and I think this is the jacket from it. So it definitely had a lot more energy than the 9mm coming out of it. I don't know what happened to that second bullet. Magnum time. Oh, I'm doing it. Shit, I just had to open my mouth. It was a good run, but anyway, what happened to the back? I guess we should check out the top one. Ooh, the bullet is stuck right in there. How's that even possible? But anyway, I think that is one of them, and then this, I believe, is the other one. What's happened to the steel? I believe that is one, and then this is the other. Really, not much more damage than either of the other cartridges. Oh, check that out. Look at that 357 Magnum. It absolutely mushroomed out. That is freaking awesome. Looks like a 3-way draw. Unfortunately, you just walked down the wrong alley and Juggy is threatening your life. You look down, more afraid than ever, and see these 3 setups, but only the one that splatters Juggy the most will scare the other threats away. And here he is, the mastermind himself. Holy shit, Juggy's got a gun. Not today, Juggy. And Terry, what are you doing down this alleyway? Don't you know this is dangerous out here? Come on now. That should be a better spot for you, and your scoliosis is just freaking terrible. Juggy did not like that, and I think walking up on it, I believe this is the jacket from the 9mm. Wow, anyway, let's see. Oh man, we split Juggy apart pretty dang good. It went straight through to the steel. Maybe that's why the jacket split apart like that, because there is a pretty decent sized dent. I mean, for a 9mm, pretty decent sized dent on an 1/8". He's back. But you ready with the 357 SIG this time? I'd say Juggy Extra did not like that one. It got on the freaking camera this time. And let's check out the carnage. I mean, the damage to Juggy here. Oh, man. Oh. Well, if he wasn't gone, now he's gone. I mean, it does, it looks like it split the front a lot better than the 9mm. The back, I believe, looks about the same as the 9mm, maybe a little bit more. But, I mean, from where I was sitting, it looked like a lot more damage. What happened to the steel? Ooh, oh man, maybe even a little bit more of a dent than the 9. Maybe. Terry, I'm sorry you have to see all this, especially firsthand. I bet Juggy didn't realize a Magnum was coming to penetrate him. And I don't mean the condoms. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, you probably know that I'm used to handling 6 inches, at least when it comes to the 357 Magnum, but I want to give Henry a big thanks for making this big boy possible for testing, and for giving me a taste of what 4 inches is like. And I also want to give a really big thanks to PTR for making this Arc and Gen 2 possible for testing as well. I'll be honest, when they sent this thing over, I was like, just gonna be like any other striker fire, but as soon as I picked this thing up, I was like, there is something different about this one. I mean, in the price range, I really don't think you could get something with a lower bore axis. I could be wrong on that, but anyway, I don't have a ton of rounds through this thing yet, but one of the first things I noticed is how flat shooting it is, especially compared to other 9mm striker fires that I've shot, and I've shot quite a few. Now, I'm not saying the 9mm has a lot of recoil, because it doesn't, obviously, but when your wrists get destroyed on a regular basis, it's pretty easy to notice any differences. Now, if you've ever used the Arkin Gen 1, the Gen 2 has basically all the same great features with the added benefit of these grip inserts right here. For people with large hands like me, or I mean, if you have smaller hands, they also have smaller inserts as well. But enough talking, let's get back to shooting. I don't know, guys. That one was pretty impressive too, and there towards the end, it almost looked like he was bleeding out. Good shot placement. It definitely did not split the front like the 357 SIG or the 9mm. I don't know where all that wreckage came from. And what about the steel? We got, oh man, that is definitely the biggest dent. Not like that's what we were looking for, but that is definitely the biggest dent. Hello. Really? Really? Okay, well, I'll tell him right now. Guys and ladies, my friend just told me about the treasure of a lifetime. The only problem is we're gonna need to bust through some concrete to get to it. So let's figure out which one is best at busting through some concrete. It's hot out here, that's all I'm willing to draw. Seems like Juggy's remains are gonna be here for a while. I wouldn't think that with how hot it is. I'll be honest, a little more devastating than I thought it would be, but oh, I almost slipped on a little bit of Juggy right there. What happened? Oh man, barely anything. There was a little bit of spalling that came back and hit it from the concrete, but barely anything. And that's what the concrete looks like. Super eventful, but was it eventful enough? I don't know. Oh, shoo. Okay, I just threw the treasure down. Anyway, looks like there is plenty of new spalling from that one. I mean, nothing major got to the buried treasure. Actually, come to think of it, we probably don't want to get to the treasure, huh? 357 Magnum time. That one was just in too many pieces. And what is that? Ooh, look at that. That is one of the bullets. I'm not sure if that's the 357 SIG or the 9mm. Stayed together pretty freaking good. That concrete shot right back at me super fast, but anyway, what happened? What happened? Nothing happened. Maybe a little bit more spalling, but really nothing major. No treasure for us. And that bullet got shredded apart. I believe this is the jacket from that last one. Freaking shredded apart. Well, not the jacket, but the rest of it, I'm assuming. Looks like a three-way draw again. Yellow. Wait, really? Come on, man. Oh, apparently the treasure was never behind concrete. It's actually behind steel. So I guess we better see which cartridge is the best at getting through steel, starting with an 1/8 inch piece of mild steel. We just got to get the uni sled out of the way real quick. Oh, man. Good. And make way for steel sled 4.2. How about that? Looking good to go. Thing is getting torn up like a mofo. But it should last a few more shots, and I think we are good to go. Now that's a freaking awesome looking crater. We can already tell it didn't go through, but it left almost a perfect star. Not sure how many distinct points that is, but anyway, let's do the pinky nub to... Ooh. Oh yeah, that is very comfortable in there. I think I'm gonna shift this over a little so that I don't aim for the center again. Surely the 357 SIG has what it takes. Oh, fuck. Oh my gosh, it went to... No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, the second one there looks way different than the 9mm. I mean, it left a perfect star as well, but kind of cut into the steel a little bit more maybe, or that might be a portion of the lead in there. Pretty freaking cool. If the 357 Magnum can't get through, I guess we're gonna need to downsize. Yep, I guess that's our sign that it's time to downsize, huh? And this tiny boy right here is our downsize, a 1/16 inch piece of mild steel. Oh yes, I forgot to do the pinky nubs. Oh yeah. Oh yes. I don't know, the 9mm may have been the best. All right, we are looking good. I was like, you know what? I probably shouldn't aim for the middle, so I hope that's far enough over. And ooh, straight through. Let's check out that pinky test here. Ooh, ooh, oh yes. Pretty good, but not perfect. Nicely done, nicely done. As you can see, it went straight through. Let's check out that pinky. Ooh, basically the same as the 9. I'm just thinking now, if the 357 goes through, is it a tie, or how are we going to be able to tell? Oh man, I mean, good, it went through. Anyway, let's check out the pinky test, and basically the same as the other two, but I guess this means we need one more shot of 9 on the 1/8 inch. All right, let's see, where am I gonna put it on this thing? Let's just hope for the best. I really don't think I could have placed it better if I tried. I mean, I did try, but anyway, let's see what the pinky... Ooh. Yeah, pretty much the same results as last time, but we're going to have to head back to the bench and figure this one out after our next test. Ballistic gel. Basically, if we want to see exactly what was going on, or pretty close to exactly what was going on inside of Juggy, this will be a great test. And a real quick thanks to Midway USA, guys. They have been the longest supporters of the channel, so I really appreciate their continued support. And if you like the testing I do here, I really think you'll like Midway USA. And another thanks to Alpha Wolf for making this super accurate 357 SIG barrel possible, as well as Timney for this Alpha trigger. Guys, it is night and day over the OEM one. There's our hole right there, and just by the looks of it, I don't think, yeah, it's really not the best for the pinky, but you know, pretty good regardless. Anyway, let's check out the wound channel from the top. All right, it looks like it started expanding pretty freaking quickly into there, if you could see that. Anyway, moving, oh my gosh, it went straight through the first block. A little bit of fragmentation down in there too. Anyway, the bullet is right here in the second block. I'm guessing that's about 18 inches. Let me grab my tape measure. Not quite 18 inches, but it came to about the 17 and 7/8 inch mark. Pretty freaking impressive for a 9, although it's a plus P. Pretty freaking sure I saw the block move a little bit more on that one, and that is a bigger entry hole maybe. Yeah, maybe a little bit bigger than the 9. Anyway, let's check out that wound channel. I think from the sides probably best. Immediate expansion, and it looks like a slightly larger wound channel, at least up front, than the 9mm plus P, but going on, carries a little bit bigger wound channel maybe. I mean, for the most part, there's a lot more fragmentation throughout the whole thing, and there's the bullet. It was just skirting right along the cardboard there at the end. Let me get my tape measure real quick. Alrighty, so the deepest point was 20 and 1/8 inches, or around about there. Anyway, freaking impressive performance. Oh man, that is freaking violent, and yeah, really not better than the 9, but at least from where I was sitting, that looked like a much better wound channel. Oh yeah, I guess it did the fluoroluminescence or whatever it's called. Anyway, it opened up pretty close to right away, not quite as fast as the 357 SIG down here, but moving on, it carries it for a lot longer than those other two, a lot longer, and there's a little bit of fragmentation in there. Whoa, what did it do here at the, I guess it tumbled through there. Let me go grab my tape measure real quick. Guys, we got past the 2 foot mark. How about that? I mean, barely, but about 24 and 5/16 inches to about maybe 3/8. Regardless, freaking impressive. I think it's pretty obvious the 357 won. After reviewing the slow-mo, you cannot argue with the 357 SIG's performance on Juggy. And now I think it's time to... No, I'm just kidding. There's nothing to grind this time around. But here are the deformations that I found between each of the cartridges, which really seem to favor the 357 Magnum. But is there enough of a difference to sacrifice that much capacity? Let me know what you think. And remember, don't let ballistics drive you bananas.